was conned into it by Doreen Manganini.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, how long have we got? I actually started doing drag at a backyard party, and it was friends encouraged me to hit Commercial Road and enter a competition. So I thought, well, you can all come down, have a laugh, I'll do the heat, and that will be it. Well, of course, you know, 3 heats and a semi-final and a final later, she won, and that's history.
Drag. Well, I used to go out with my friends. We used to go to the Exchange and Three Faces and the Peel, and we'd see drag shows. Actually, the very first time, my friend took me to Three Faces, and I saw the show Lip Syncs with Kerry Lagore, Doreen Manganini, and Miss Candy. And I looked down and I saw it, and I thought, that's what I want to do. I want to be on stage doing that. When I moved to Melbourne, and I just went out and saw other drag queens, and it just really inspired me to put a dress on, and a friend of mine asked me to do it for a birthday, so I did, and I thought I was only ever going to do it once, but here I am dressing up every week, and it's part of my life now. For the better or worse, I'm not sure, but it is, unfortunately or fortunately.
I started doing drag, I was a pretty late bloomer. I started in a show called The Misfits, and it was moustache drag in the 70s. And I was the youngest, I was the baby of the group, I was 21. And from there I ended up just working in clubs. We ran gay nights at Inflation, and just progressed from there. I certainly didn't start out thinking I was going to do it for 40 years, at least I've done, but that's how I started. There's been some great times and there's been some real bum times, but I've worked in some great shows as well.
Drag, what a wonderful journey. Started back in the 80s, all about androgyny, partying. We were a subculture within a subculture itself. We were party boys of Melbourne, and all about makeup and fashion and having a look. Boy George, Marilyn, they all came along. That was the inspiration to take the next step on, and that was exactly it. It was a giant step. Small step for mankind, but a giant step for Melbourne drag. We pushed the boundaries, we pushed ourselves, and we got out there. Loved it. don't regret a day. Would not change a goddamn moment of my life. It's been an exciting journey, and I tell you what, the journey is only beginning. A long way from the end. Bring it on. Bring it on. I want experience. I want more of what I've done, and there's a lot more to do. Looking forward to it.
I was a window dresser and I was dressing mannequins in a window at Melbourne, and I suddenly decided that I wanted to look like that. So I decided to, and I fell into it. I literally fell into it. These days they do competitions and they fight for a place. In our day we were very lucky, we just fell into it.
Well, I started drag when I was 16 years old because I hung out with some goth girls at high school, and they were all pressuring me to, dress up as a goth as well to get into nightclubs because we were all underage, obviously. And I knew that I didn't want to be a goth because I find them scary, and I know that my character she's more light-hearted, she's not a goth. So I thought, hey, why not do drag? So I did drag for one night, and I thought it was going to be one night only. When I was 16, I snuck out of my parents' house and got dressed up at a girlfriend's house, and we got into the nightclub. They didn't ask me for my ID, and then the rest is history.
I first started doing drag for a 21st birthday where I dressed up as Barbie, quite similar to this, but obviously not as good. And from there, it's kind of skyrocketed into performances every couple of weeks and then every week. And that's where I am now.
Some days when I had a Mustang, up in the sky, champagne, living my life in the fast lane. I won't change by the glamorous, flowers, the glamorous, by the glamorous, flowers, the glamorous, by the glamorous, my dad told me so.
Paris by night. Girl about town, in for the party, in for the fun, in for the look, the fashion, socialising, meeting people, having a conversation, trying to look good, to put a smile on everybody's face. I want to get rid of the dark, grey clouds hanging overhead and bring on the sunshine. It's all about bright weather, happy sunny days ahead. God bless you all.
My drag character, when I was young and pretty, I used to be like one of those slags at Chadstone, walking around thinking that nya 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 nya. But now I'm like Patty Newton in Miller's at Chadstone. I love you, Patty.
My drag character, I guess, could be a little bit glam, but only look-wise. I'm not very serious in general, so I'm all about fun. So it can be over the top and maybe like a little bit trashy at times, but I try to look my best at all times, which is what I strive for.
Nova is an 8-foot tall goddess. She's an Amazonian queen, and she's usually blonde but sometimes goes dark for something different.
Candy's a tramp with a heart of gold. She's gorgeous. She's a very old showgirl. She's been around the block a few times, but she's still there. She's still there, baby.
Someone said to me once I used to be Anne Margaret, and over the years I turned into Anne Miller. So I think actually what's happened to me is through the natural ageing process, I've turned into a bit of an old Broadway dame, I suppose. That's how I like to see myself. A bit of an old Helen Lawson style, kick him in the coit kind of, no, take no prisoners, no nonsense Broadway bitch. That's me.
I don't think I portray a drag character as such, but I'm more an on-stage performer, and I like to be very animated and bubbly and alive.
Laura Gravity, she is, look, I think she's versatile. I don't know whether the others believe that or not, but I love being part of a group. I suppose she does like a bit of a show tune. I'm a bit partial to a Bassie. I'm a bit of a fan of a Caroline O'Connor, so don't get me started on Chicago.
I like the point, and I love Applejack. I like country.
If you don't see what's wrong here, if you don't see what's wrong here, you should keep this action and don't be bored. Look at this assortment, light as smorgasbord.